Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology and it's so good to be here with you all today. We are going to be diving into another reading and I have a feeling Pisces that you're awakening to your power. You're making some big decisions right now and really stepping into a very bold aspect of yourself. I think this is a part of yourself where you are taking no nonsense. You are moving forward in solidarity with yourself. So I'm really excited to see what Spirit wants to tap in. Well, I guess wants me to tap into to reveal to you along your journey. Pisces, I also wanted to say thank you all so much for, just being here with me, getting readings by me, allowing me to be able to work alongside you, be here for your journey. Thank you for all the comments. I read everyone. I try to respond to every single one. And if you would be so kind, Pisces, if you've made it to this part of the video, just hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Would love to have you here. If you're interested in any readings with me, there is a link in my description box below. All right, let's dive in. You have sit with the wound, clear negative energy, purify your heart, overcome self-doubt, clear the karmic weight, make peace with the past, choose wisely, let go of what could have been. And on the bottom of the deck, you have clear entangled karma, shape your future, and find inner peace. So I see a big piece of you, Pisces, feels wounded. There's a big piece of the what could have, should I have, where would life have been if we, there's a lot of regret that's kind of floating in your energy. But you're going through a transformation, Pisces. And what I want you to understand is sometimes letting go of the what could have beens, what should have beens, the maybes, the what ifs, makes way for this beautiful version of you to emerge. And you don't get stuck on the past and what didn't happen. So this card says, grief often hides in the story of what didn't happen. Release the almost and return to the now. So you need to live in the present. You are going through something right now where you aren't trusting yourself. Our reading that we did, I believe 2 days ago, was about will you go? And there was some hesitation. Some of you have left me a comment saying that you've made the decision and it was clarifying your choices. Some of you are thinking about what you want to do, but there could be some doubt shrouded around if you make this decision, will you regret it? If you make this decision, is it the right decision? I can only tell you, Pisces, that there's a need for you to overcome the potential failure and embrace the right now strategy. Okay. So the choose wisely card says every choice matters. Choose with intention and your future will align with your soul's purpose. The overcome self-doubt card says self-doubt clouds your vision. Trust in your abilities to take the leap. Your future self will thank you. And so I think what Spirit is saying is whatever this is that's weighing on your heart, whatever this is that is holding you back from really finding that inner peace, from finding that golden road that I know that you are able to find within yourself, around you, in your physical world. It doesn't have to just be within. This is something that's going to manifest outwardly. In order for you to do that, it's time for you to just trust that you're being led to make a decision that is really going to make or break something in your life and just accept whatever that is. You need to make peace with the past. This is accepting maybe that you didn't go the route that your family thought you would go. Maybe you aren't going the route that you thought you would go. Maybe you feel like you messed up and you missed out on an opportunity, whether that was in your professional life, in your romantic life. Maybe a big dream you had just didn't come to pass. But Spirit is saying, make peace with that and move into this future. Move into this transformation. Again, it says transformation isn't easy, but it's necessary. So embrace the changes that lead you to your highest self. And part of that is letting go of I think the expectation of what everyone else has of you, there's this ripple effect energy of the choice that you're about to make that's going to take you into a higher timeline. But there's a part of you that is afraid that it's not going to be the right move. You're really sitting in an energy right now, Pisces, that is holding you back. I don't necessarily, I was going to say stagnant, but my spirit guides are saying they're not stagnant. They're almost like vibrating in a circle and just dealing with a lot of negativity and feeling wounded. Maybe because something didn't work out, because something isn't working out, because it's not what you thought it would be, because you made a choice that you feel has led you down this mistake type of pathway. But sitting with the wound says not everything needs to be fixed right away. Some healing begins when you're willing to stay with what hurts. So sit with this and understand what it is that's ailing you. Why is this wounding so difficult to let go? Why is this situation so hard for you to walk away from? Is there a childhood wound attached to it? Is there a trauma attached to it? I'm hearing trauma bond attached to it. Spirit says sit with it. Reflect on it. This is what the Mercury retrograde is about. Purifying your heart. This person is looking at old photos, going through this very nostalgic energy where you are remembering the good, but maybe also reflecting on the bad. And it says, let go of lingering pain and make peace for joy. Make space for joy. Your heart deserves to feel light again. And again, that leads into clear the karmic weight. So there's a karmic energy in your vicinity, Pisces. Represented here by this teddy bear. The woulda, coulda, shoulda, maybe if I had type of energy, the what ifs. Letting that go frees you entirely. Some of you are at a place where you're like, I'm just ready to open up to something new. I'm ready to become a better person. I'm ready to embrace the side of myself that I never thought I'd share with the world. There's something that is coming into fulfillment, and also something that's coming into clear view for others to see. That you're clearing negative energy. You're saying goodbye to the old self, the old karmic patterns. Again, for many of you, the old way that you were brought up to be, family lines and generational curses and traumas are being healed through you. And it's not easy. So clear the negative energy says negative energy keeps you stuck. Clear it and create space for positive flow in your life. When you clear this, you sit with it. You may literally be sitting in your room, kind of rummaging through, if not physically old items, just the old feelings. And there's tears rolling down your face, and there's self-doubt about if you're making the right decision. You don't know how to make peace with this situation. But as soon as you do, Spirit says, as soon as you clear this entangled karma that is keeping you from excelling, from moving forward, from having more joy, as soon as you do that, you allow yourself to shape the future that you desire. And again, walk into inner peace. Spirit is saying right now, you feel like this is probably one of the hardest things you've ever gone through. One of the most difficult spaces that you've ever sat within. One of the heaviest weights you've ever had in your life. And now you're sitting here at a crossroads needing to choose whether you go left or whether you go right. Whether you stay or whether you go, whether you release a person or whether you stay with a person, whether you release an old job or title or, just a way that you lived your life. If you are struggling also with addictions, family patterns, I'm seeing some of you choosing to be single because a relationship has held you from being your highest self. Spirit says embrace that and also release the suppressed emotions attached to it. You've been bottled up, Pisces. Maybe you're due for a good cry. Maybe you're due for a good conversation with a friend. Maybe you're due for a conversation with the oppressor. Or you need to just tell that boss or that coworker, I've got to go. It says, let the feelings you buried rise without shame. Cry, scream, breathe. Freedom begins where expression flows. And once you do that, you allow this new air. There's like this wind that's coming through the window, and it says unblock the flow. So it says when your energy is stuck, nothing moves. Start small, clean a space, cry it out, speak a truth. Movement is medicine. So go out on a walk, clean up that cluttered home. Start taking stuff off your desk at work if you know you're leaving. Allow yourself to slowly depart from that relationship. There is something that you need to do to like set the energy and the intention in motion. And that is what's going to allow this self-doubt, this lingering pain, and this indecision to really go by choosing to be present with your emotions and choosing to allow the release of whatever's been bottled up, Pisces. Because you are definitely dealing with a very internal wound. That Saturn energy that we've had in Pisces for the last 3 years is getting ready to go direct. On the 27th of November, it's been retrograde. And you are about to see the wind come back into your sails, and you're going to see the last bits of this. I believe it's going to be here until February of 2026. And there's a part of you that's going to feel like you've gone through really difficult trials and tribulations that are finally coming to a close as we enter the spring. But through the rest of this year and into the beginning of next year, this is time for you to really work on what brings in the inner peace, what allows the divine flow to come back in. What am I sitting with and holding and harboring, maybe keeping physical weight on the body because of, and how can I choose joy above all else in this situation? And in so doing, you probably will have to let go of some people and some things, Pisces, but it seems like, yeah, the Empress jumps out in order for you to get here to this place where you can be abundant and fertile and free and flowing and truly attract what you desire. You have to get out of the energy that prevents you from being in this sun energy. Your spirit team says you are so deserving of this timeline where things flow freely and beautifully and more healthily towards your life. It's time, Pisces. Make peace with the past. Don't worry about what others may think of you. This is an opportune time for you to shine, to flow, to grow. I'm ready for you to do so, okay? Spirit is saying it's time. It's time. Make a decision. What matters and what will you leave behind? It's time for a new beginning in your life, a new opportunity, and it's going to manifest physically, not just in your energetic realm. It's going to be a physical new life. Current situation. 3 of Pentacles. So you could be in a process right now, Pisces. I'm seeing rebuild. You're in the process of needing to rebuild. And in order for you to rebuild, you have to let the old towers and structures and the ways of the old relationships and patterns die. This is a time to rebuild your life. And I see you magnetizing a lot of beauty with the Queen of Pentacles, and then you've got your Empress showing up again. You're magnetizing really beautiful things into your life. But it first starts with understanding, okay, if you look at this person here, they've got like this plan. They're talking to the architect, and the architect is making it happen. You may need to also employ the help of others. Find community, be with friends, new coworkers for some of you, going to therapy to heal relationships that you're trying to hold on to. Also, maybe just for yourself as well, like you may need to work with spiritual practitioners. I'm seeing the High Priestess here to get your soul back into alignment. Like maybe you've been so in the drama of your day-to-day that Spirit is like, you need to actually meditate. You actually need to attach to your soul again. There's a lot going on around you, the wound that you're sitting with that needs to be released, Pisces, and sometimes through spirituality. Wow. Sometimes through other means. But the Empress and the 9 of Pentacles keep showing up here, Pisces, because I feel like Spirit is saying, this is the life I want you to have. But you're sitting here with this Devil energy, with this 4 of Cups energy. You're sitting here in this lack. You're sitting here in this reminiscent, this apathetic, I don't like this, I don't want to be around this doesn't serve me. What all Spirit wants for you is this new beginning, this new timeline, this shift into your most abundant self. That's where you're working to achieve, or what you're working to achieve by this rebuilding phase. That inner peace also is going to help you to attract a lot of abundance. Again, the golden road. I'm seeing you come into a lot of understanding about, okay, now that I'm here, now that I finally get it, I'm on the right track to attracting the life that I want. I'm letting go of you. I'm letting go of this. I'm decluttering my home. I'm cleaning up my diet. I'm exercising. I'm drinking my water. I'm finally in the flow that I was supposed to be in all this time. Your challenge? Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit wordy today, Pisces. Bear with me. Two of Wands. So the challenge has been direction. Where do you want to go? What do you want your future to look like? Brick by brick. You know, the yellow brick road was created by somebody, you know, and I think you have the tools, Pisces, to go where you want to go. There's a new horizon that's just coming in for you. The flow energy is coming in for you. You just need to commit to a path. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be in the next 10 years? Start really trying to implement that new flow into your life, Pisces, and move towards it with all you've got. Spirit says victory and success and achievement is yours if you want it. But it starts by sitting with that wound, releasing that wound, allowing the rebuilding phase to happen, and coming up with a new pathway. Maybe your yellow brick road isn't actually yellow. Maybe it's purple. Maybe it's green. It's not the same as everyone else's. Your dreams and goals may not look like what everyone else thought that you should have. Maybe you're starting to realize you're not even going after what you thought you would have. Your goals have changed. Strengths. The Lovers. The strength is in the choice that you make at this time, Pisces, in regard to the contracts and the company that you keep. There are people around you, and they are creating storms in your life. And the Find Inner Peace card that we have on the top of the deck over there says, peace isn't found outside, it's cultivated within. Create stillness in your mind and soul, and also create the types of relationships and contracts and agreements that allow you to be in flow with your highest self. Divine partnership is here for you if you want it as well, Pisces, I must admit. So your strength could be in a divine partner coming through. But in order for that to come through, you have to stop sitting on the old and walk into something brand new, which was also kind of reflecting that last message that we talked about, talking about, will you go? You know, are you going to stay put? I think you've mastered your emotions to a degree, but now you kind of just been sitting in those emotions, and it's time for there to be some movement. Area of focus for Pisces. A lot of energy. So you may have a lot of things that you're focusing on. You have the Fool, the Three of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So I think definitely you're worried about your reputation. You're worried about how other people view you. You're worried about making the right choice. And sometimes you can't make the right choice if your mind doesn't believe in what you're even doing. Don't stay in a situation, Pisces, out of obligation. Don't stay because you think you should. Don't stay because that's just how you've always done it or how our family's always done it. Don't stay because you don't want to break with tradition. There's something about your reputation that's at stake here. The Mercury retrograde is in the 10th house for Pisces. If you follow whole sign houses, that would be for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising mostly. But what will happen in that 10th house is your public eye, like the public eye on you. What does that look like? What does your career look like? Are you single, divorced? You know, are you separated? Are you still going to be a full-time mother, full-time father? Are you walking into a completely different place in your life where you are going from employed to unemployed? Are you going from unemployed to employed? Are you going from employed to self-employed? You know, there's a change there. There's also a risk, a leap, something that Spirit wants you to take, but you're weighing out the pros and cons of this new venture. And that's really what that last reading was about again. Making taking a calculated risk, weighing the pros and cons of staying and going. And this is all, again, your area of focus. And then I think you also have the Three of Cups or the Six of Cups. You could be in conversation with a lot of friends, maybe family. There could be a lot of people involved in your situation. There's 5 people here. 5 people could be significant to you. But you may be talking to multiple people about a soulmate connection, about a soulmate relationship. You could be dealing with a sibling. You could be dealing with a parent-child relationship as well. And there's something about this connection that has you a little bit all over the place. And Spirit is saying, choose what makes you happy. Don't do something that keeps you in obligation. And I can't stress that enough. As you're going through this rebuilding phase, you will be able to find the right partners and the right people along the way if they're not already here, and restructure the relationships with those that are meant to stay, if that is what's intended for you. But you must close chapters, Pisces, where there's heartbreak. The World to the Three of Swords, you must close those chapters, the ones that are holding you back, and move on steadily and surely into your future without fear. Without fear. Be brave. I saw that Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Near future for you. I really do feel like you're trailblazing something new. And you don't really know if it's going to all work out. And with this 10 of Wands coming in as your near future, yes, you feel like you're carrying a million bricks on your back. But the 10 of Wands in the near future shows that you are also about to end this cycle and put many burdens down. When you see the 10s, yes, they can be overwhelming. And yes, the imagery, other than like the 10 of Cups and Pentacles, it's more the swords and the wands. Those cards can be a little hard to look at, but the truth of those cards is they show a person who's gone through many difficulties. And now you're ready to rebuild and to put this energy down. The heaviness of the past few years, Pisces, the past 3 years, honestly, with Saturn and Pisces, that is you're clearing it up. You're clearing up that energy. You're making better aligned choices. You're weighing out the pros and cons of certain relationships and environments that you're in. And you're going to ask yourself, is it worth it to stay? Or is it time for me to plant my seeds and reap my reward in a new place? And Spirit says, whatever you do, it's going to be successful. Stop doubting yourself. You know what to do. Choose what brings you towards the sun. Choose what heals your inner child. Create the life that you want to live and begin to focus on the positive rather than dwelling on the negative, and let go of deep attachments, devil energy, that don't have space for you to grow. Recent past. Nine of Pentacles. This is beautiful. I think that you finally realized, although the burdens haven't necessarily stopped, when you stepped into your full autonomy, into your full alignment, when you began to express yourself how you wanted to express, you are finally putting yourself in pre-Empress energy. You are on the road. This is the road to the Empress. In tarot, we call the Nine of Pentacles the pre-Empress card. So you recently told yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm handsome, I'm deserving of whatever this is. And yes, you can still fall into the wounds in your Nine of Pentacles energy. I'm choosing to go my own lane. I'm self-employed. Whatever that Nine of Pentacles means to you. But there's something about autonomy, being in charge of thyself. That's where you went. It didn't clear away all the drama, but it's making the way for the new you to emerge into your Empress energy. Keep working hard, Pisces. 8 of Pentacles to the 8 of Wands. You could be seeing 888 to signify new beginnings and harmony and balance and abundance. There's all of that coming in for you. You're moving mountains, although you don't feel like you are. Don't give up at this time. Spirit is saying the hard work that you're putting into yourself and will continue to put into yourself is going to pave a way for you to move forward, Pisces. Advice. I think you may think that choosing yourself was one of the hardest things you've ever done, but it's going to be worth it. Advice. With the 5 of Cups on the bottom of this, and the Knight of Swords. and the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Wow. We will get into it. Your advice, Pisces, is get out. That's what I'm hearing. Get out of this chaotic energy. And it's not just the two of you. Like if this is about a couple, there's a lot of other people around. Again, 5 people could be significant. Maybe you're in a family of 5. There's 5 other people. Maybe it's you and someone plus 3 more. Like whatever the case is, there seems like there could be 5 people that are significant to your story, or at least 5. And I see you being in the middle of all this chaos and distortion and disruption, and it's not really your energy, Pisces. You're just kind of chained to it. You're kind of stuck here. They said you have already freed yourself in the 5D. Now it's time to free yourself in the 3D. You're extremely tired with the Nine of Wands. This is the wounded warrior. You're extremely tired and worn down. You have been defending yourself, trying to create healthy boundaries, but you feel like it's been a fight. And then you've come to this place where you're just sometimes so sad. And there's people antagonizing you and bothering you, and you've got all these things to do, and maybe there's like, mail you haven't got to, all these things you could owe financially. The world at times can really feel like it's falling on your shoulders. But again, the advice, Pisces, is to cut away from the addictions. Cut away from the toxic and codependent relationships. Cut away from the patterning and the family and the wounding that this has caused you, because you are so much more magnetic than all of this drama. There's a lot of drama because as soon as you walk away, you walk into the pre-Empress energy and you're going to drop all of this heaviness. I feel like this is a contractual test to actually see if you will give up. But I see a person that is ready to actually really walk into their inner peace. They're ready to walk into a more blessed life. And that requires sometimes doing things on your own. Again, this says you are the creator of your future. Make choices that reflect your highest self. Shape your future. And I see you having to do it alone. And the entangled karma that you've been attached to and swirling around in says every relationship holds lessons. Break free from the karmic ties that no longer serve your growth. So they may have served your growth at one time. But now there are certain relationships, certain contracts, certain people, certain habits that are keeping you in a web of lies, a web of repetition, a web of self-doubt and chaos. And so in order to actually walk into this new self, this new version of you, you've got to let all of that go. I think you're ready. Because around you, Pisces, I didn't even ask anything. The towers are falling. The masks are coming off and people are showing you who they really are. The illusion that you were under is no more. You're finally seeing, I'm really focused on this like ghost-like figure here. Like the ghosts of the past are returning with the karma. Sorry, not the karma, with the Mercury retrograde. And you're seeing people really live in karma right now. You're seeing that getting dealt out. And you're seeing the towers fall. And you're seeing like, wow, I was caught up in illusion. I was caught up in planting my seeds in a garden where they would never be able to grow. In a situation where my heart was always torn and tattered. But Spirit says there's a diversion. There's a way out of this. And again, you're going to move out of that Ten of Swords energy where you have all this complexity around you, all this heartbreak around you, all this heaviness around you. And you will be moving into a place of emotional tranquility and peace. It's coming for you, okay? Your environment. Wow, Pisces. The Ten of Pentacles. Spirit says all of this is within you. The Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. There's something that doesn't want you to have this. I just have chills as I say this. Like, there's something that knows how abundant and how beautiful and expansive and what a good life you could live. So your environment, I don't believe is really the Ten of Pentacles. That's what Spirit is saying you can create it to be. This is what you can manifest it to be. This is how you need to actually be living as if you were already here. Some of you may already feel you're here, though. I don't want to say, oh, none of you are in the but I feel like this is the environment that Spirit says you can cultivate when you detach from everything else. Tell me a little bit more about this Ten of Pentacles in their environment. When you detach from the things that prevent that Ten of Pentacles, it's going to be, you're going to be unstoppable. Ten of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. Stability, power, authority, honor, a good home life, a steady income, more leisure, more control, a healthier diet, more health and prosperity in your life. All of those things are encompassed in the Ten of Pentacles. It's not just physical money. It's about being abundant, about being taken care of, about living good, feeling good, waking up and just being like, yes, life is good. I feel like that's the environment Spirit wants for you. And you may be on the way to it, but there's a lot of blockages on the way. You're sitting with the wounds, right? You're clinging on to the past. Let it go, Pisces. There's something more beautiful waiting for you. Let it go. Hopes and fears. Now I'm hearing that song, Let It Go, from Frozen. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyways. Right? So you have to just understand there's that part of that song is really echoing to me that it's okay. Let the storms rage on. The cold, I'm used to the cold. I'm a Pisces. I can swim. I can get through this. Your hopes and fears are the Page of Pentacles, the new beginning that wants to come in for you, that wants to rescue you from the destitute of this Five of Pentacles. Will you embrace the come up, Pisces? Or will you continue to live in lack and be around people who take from you, who deceive you, who make you feel unhealthy, who burden you? It's time. It's time. This is the next few months are going to be so pivotal. You are going to be clearing so much karma. It's going to be like if you were to try to walk through this, right? You would just walk into like a web and you can't move forward. There's going to be something so free about the next couple of months. Doesn't mean that it doesn't come without trial and tribulation, but there is going to be something so freeing about walking away from all of these karmic people and walking into the lifeline, into the opportunity, into the life you always knew that you could live. Walking into the life you always knew you deserved. That is what is waiting for you on the other side of this. But you have to be willing to walk away, to accept the newness that Spirit has for you. This life, it requires sacrifice, and sacrificing comfort zones, sacrificing the way you always did things, sacrificing that status quo. Okay? Potential outcome. This is beautiful, Pisces. Did you see the Empress try to pop? I don't know if you did. Wow. The Empress tried to pop, though. We have the Four of Wands. This is success. This is that divine partnership. This is that new job. This is that successful business. Especially for those of you who are trying to go into business. You have the Queen of Wands. This is that new look. This is that banging body. This is that extra energy you've been looking for. Okay? This is the come up. This is the new home. This is the relocation. This is the big break energy, Pisces. It all comes in the potential outcome if you choose to walk away from the devil and unblock the flow. When you unblock the flow, the energy will come in and it will take you where it needs to go. So Spirit says rest, understand that good things are coming, and you're going through a profound period of healing with the Four of Swords and the Knight of Cups to the Star. You are going through a profound time of healing. You deserve the good things that are trying to come at this time, Pisces. Do not for a second doubt your worthiness of this new beginning. I'm also seeing here the Ace of Wands to the Moon. So it might be hard at times to really see how this new beginning can actually come into your life. It may be hard to understand how does it materially manifest or physically manifest. when all you're used to is people taking and they're being deceptors. But you have a very fiercely protective spirit team that is like, no, no, no. Nothing, not even the moon, is blocking you from this new beginning. It is promised to you. It is going to happen. You just must trust your intuition, trust your spirit team, be in the flow where they can actually give that thing to you. Because if you hold on to the old things, it's not that they won't give you the things they want. It's going to take a lot longer for you to receive it because you don't have the room to receive it. If you get rid of things that you don't need, you will have the room to receive it. Okay? So lighten your load, Pisces. We're gonna pull 3 last cards. I'm going to send you away with this message. But they really want you to rebuild. And I don't want you to be scared of what you're letting go of. I don't want you to be scared of what it might mean to walk away from a lot of things. You may even feel like you're walking into poverty, or you're like, again, that's only going to be for some of y'all. You're going to feel like you are, but you're not. It may feel that way. It's a scary feeling. That's more so what I should say. Like, you may feel like I'm giving away everything I've got, but you're making way for the new. Unblock the flow fell. I'm not going to pick that up. It's in reverse now. So the flow will be open, Pisces. 3 cards, please. I think we have it. All right, so you are aligning with your higher path. So this is the path to freedom. This is the path to divine flow. It says the more you align with your soul's truth, the less resistance you will face. Flow with purpose, not with pressure. Don't go the way everyone else went because they did. Go that way because you wanted to. Forgive yourself and take flight, Pisces. It says forgiveness isn't for others, it's for you. Free yourself from guilt and shame. So if you have any shame around the decisions that you're making, understand you're making this decision for your life, for your future, maybe for your kids' future, for the future of your livelihood. And in order for you to really gain what you need to gain from this experience that you're currently in, where you're carrying all the burden, is to embrace your shadow. To do the self-reflection, to look at the parts of you that need to be healed and let go of the toxic patterns and behaviors or people and environments. It says the shadow holds the truth that you need. Embrace it, integrate it, and use it to transform your life. So ultimately, we then end up back at the same kind of message where we started. That you are in a profound place of transformation, Pisces. And I literally see you. The last 2 cards on the bottom of the deck. This person is walking away from the current life. It's not going to look anything like it looks now next year. 2026, completely new life. It will unfold at the pace that you allow it to, though. I will tell you that. Eclipse season is going to rock us, though. It's happening in Pisces and Virgo, so we are going to be directly impacted. But prepare for change. It says change is the only constant. Prepare for it with an open heart and mind. And then trust the lesson, not the pain. You weren't meant to stay hurt. The pain was the messenger. The wisdom is what you carry forward. So yes, you may have been stabbed in the back. There's literally a wound there. You may have been betrayed by the people that you love. But the beauty of your resilience, Pisces, is you're not staying put. And I love that there's a man and a woman here. This is for my masculines and my feminines. Some of you are walking away literally. Some of you more spiritually or figuratively. But this is a time where you are saying enough of this life and these wounds and this pain and this betrayal. Enough is enough. And you're going to look back, Pisces, and you are going to be so thrilled. I really do believe next year, once things get really settled, you're going to be so thrilled with the person that you've become. With the shadow you've integrated, with the freedom you've granted yourself. I see some of you literally saying goodbye. You're going to move. Like, if you haven't already moved, you're going to move. That's part of that new beginning. And some of you don't even see how. You don't see it coming with the moon card. You don't see how. Trust. Clear the karma. Rebuild your life. Hone in on those connections that really bring you forward. Walk into your autonomy, let go of the strife and the extra people and all the side conversations and chatter. And again, prepare for change and trust the lesson, not the pain. I love you, Pisces. I'm excited for you. And if you made it this far into the video, please leave me a comment and saying, I trust the lesson. Love you so much, Pisces. See you soon. Bye.